I'm Josh McDevitt. I'm a senior at Effingham High School. I've been playing baseball for as long as I can remember. I'm not sure exactly when I started, but as far as back as I can remember, I've always liked playing baseball and had baseball in my hand, and it's always just been something that I do. I've always been competitive, whether it's baseball or just playing in the backyard or whatever. I've always wanted to win. Just winning's more fun, so might as well try to win.
What type of success did you have in junior high?
Pretty good success. Nothing crazy. I didn't improve a whole lot until I got into high school, but junior high I was all right. We had a pretty good team at Sacred Heart, and it was a lot of fun playing there.
So at 9U, when did you start pitching?
Yeah, it was probably about that time, right whenever we went from coach pitch to player pitch. I've pretty much just been pitching ever since then, as far as back as I could. I've pitched, since I got into high school. Freshman year, we had COVID, so we didn't have a season then. But then started out in the bullpen my sophomore year, and then this year and last year I've been a starter.
From your freshman to your senior season, what was the biggest improvement in your game?
I'd say velocity is probably the biggest thing. Whenever I got into high school, I didn't throw very hard, and I was kind of just average, and I've worked really hard since then and gotten a lot stronger and seen the velocity tick up every year, and worked on command. That's the biggest thing, especially from last year to this year. Just getting in the zone early in the count and having a couple off-speed pitches to go to. Kind of just worked on everything.
Your velo from 88 to 89, 91, 93, 94, 95, now 96. What do you credit that to?
Probably just in the weight room, getting stronger. Started really taking lifting seriously about my sophomore year, and that's when I started to throw harder. Also just throwing long toss and working on my mechanics. Everything plays a role, and kind of just worked on getting stronger and getting a better arm is the main thing. I've had a bunch of different pitching coaches over the years. Coach McNeely's the biggest one, just because I see him the most and we work on a bunch of stuff every day. I've worked with Ben Hecht a lot, and I have some pitching coaches in Collinsville that I go to, Sam Weber, Brett Huber, and I've been lucky enough to work with a bunch of different guys that have helped me a lot and wouldn't be here today without them. I get athleticism from both my parents. Both sides have some pretty athletic people, and both my parents played sports growing up, so kind of both of them, and growing up just working hard and always being outside and playing different sports definitely helped me. I've worked really hard to get to this point, and I've had a lot of great coaches that have helped me out and been able to play with a lot of good guys and a lot of teammates that have made me a better player, and I'm excited to keep working and see what the future holds.
When you're facing Muhammad's Blake Walters?
That was just a really exciting game. Obviously for the couple weeks leading up to that, that's pretty much all anybody talked about. And it's been really cool to see, him progress over the years. And, obviously now throwing, up to 99 is just ridiculous. So that was a lot of fun. We looked forward to that game for a long time, and it was good to come out with one win, and that was a ton of fun. Playing against guys like that, that's when you really get challenged, and that's what makes you better as a player. So that was a really fun game.
Favorite games to pitch in?
I'd say last year's City Series was a lot of fun. We were able to win the City Series last year, and that Wednesday night was a ton of fun. It feels like the whole community's out here watching, and the atmosphere is just unlike anything we've ever been a part of. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow pitching against Anthony. Hopefully it's similar to last year and goes well. And then also pitching against Muhammad this year was a ton of fun, going up against Blake. Like I said, we look forward to that one for a long time, and it was good to come out with a win. I just try to be as humble as possible. Just because I can throw a baseball hard doesn't mean that I'm better than anybody, so there's no reason to be cocky or act like that. Whenever I'm on the mound, that's a different story. You gotta think you're the best one out there and, be competitive, but off the field, just realize that, it's just the game, and baseball is just something I do. It's not really who I am. I'm always trying to learn, especially more about baseball, more about how I can develop as a player. I want to be a pitching coach whenever I get older, so just soaking up all the knowledge I can from other players and coaches that I've been with. It's really helped me so far. I think the community supports us every year, no matter how we're doing. So it's always good to come out here and showcase what you can do in front of them, and kind of try to put on a show for them, because they just help us so much, whether it's just coming out to games or supporting us with the fundraiser. Anytime we get a bunch of fans out here, we always just try to compete as hard as we can and do our best. The fall of my sophomore year, I started talking to a couple schools and getting some offers, and then that spring of my sophomore year and then that summer is where I started to get a couple more offers, so probably about then. I had offers from U of I, Indiana State, Xavier University, and then I was talking to a few more schools, but decided that Mizzou was the place for me. Mizzou just kind of checked all the boxes for me. Good baseball conference, good school, good campus, like all the coaches. I know it's a place where I can go and develop, and just really grateful for the opportunity and looking forward to it.
When did you realize you had what it took to play at the collegiate level?
Probably my sophomore year. That's when I started throwing harder. Went from low to upper 80s, and before that I was just pretty average pitcher. Didn't really think much. I always wanted to play in college, but never knew if I was going to be good enough. And then started throwing harder, and had some schools reach out to me. So that's when I knew.
Baseball player from Effingham to go D1 since Zach Lee did. What's that mean to you?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We've had a really good history here with baseball players at Effingham. I know Zach was the last one before me, but then before him we had a bunch of guys in the last 10, 15 years go D1, and it's just cool to see, a pretty small school produce some really good baseball players, and I'm glad I could be one of the next ones to go on and play at the college level. And I've got some other kids in my class going as well, so it's really cool to see a community like Effingham produce really good baseball players. Biggest role model, probably just my parents. Mostly just for the things they teach me off the field, how to become a good person, and all the life lessons they've given me growing up. And they're the people that I can talk to whenever, and they've pretty much taught me how to do everything. So give a lot of credit to them, and they're the ones I look up to.
What has Coach McNeely meant to you?
Coach means a lot to me. Whenever I got into high school, he took over as head coach, and it's kind of been a learning process for both of us. But it's been really cool to see the program evolve over the years, and him evolve as a coach, and he's helped me a ton. He's my main pitching coach, and I wouldn't be here without him. And I feel like I can go to him with anything, and he's always got an answer.
What's it been like from your perspective, coaching Josh?
It's been fun. It's been a pleasure to have him around because he's a team guy. He does what he can when he's not on the mound. He helps us in multiple ways. The second game here today, we have a little bit of an injury and we need somebody to go play outfield, and he jumps in there and plays outfield. But, just to see how committed he is to the team and the program and how hard he's worked, and just to see that hard work pay off, I'm just super proud of him. He's led by example, and he's built a good foundation, and it's nice for our younger kids to see that. It's nice for him to be around, and not only, he almost acts like another pitching coach for us. He's very in tune with what is going on. He's very helpful. He helps those younger guys that need some help, because we only have a handful of coaches on staff, so it's nice to have another person like that that's willing to take that time and work with our younger kids and share that knowledge that he has. Yeah, I mean, he's very intelligent, not just on the baseball field, but in the classroom. It's just a testament to how hard he works in all facets, not just baseball, but like I said, in the classroom. But he has such a good foundation, comes from a good family. And it's really nice to have that kind of kid where you can put a lot of trust in him. You don't have to worry about a whole lot. He's just going to continue to work and grow and get better. You have a guy on the mound that can ramp it up to mid-90s, and he kind of eases the nerves, especially during the game, especially in close games. We know that he's majority of the time going to get the job done for us. But just besides that, just not having him around, him and I have a pretty good relationship. And it's been building since he came in as a freshman. This is my first group that has gone all 4 years. And we've just spent a lot of time. We've worked our tails off to try to get this program where we think it should be. And I'm just super thankful that he's been around and been a part of it. But, just having the conversations with him outside of baseball that have nothing to do with baseball, just cutting it up and have a good time. I'm probably going to miss that the most.
Notable players to play against.
I'd say Blake Walters is definitely the biggest one. He's the biggest name, and for good reason. I've gotten a chance to play against a lot of really good guys, as well as the chance to play with some really talented people. Jackson Lee was here my sophomore year. He was a ton of fun to play with. Braden and Joe from last year, they were awesome. And I've really been fortunate to play against and with some really good baseball players.
What will you miss the most?
I'll miss all the people that I've grown up with. I've been playing with these guys for 8, 9, 10 years now, and it's kind of like we're just brothers now. So it's gonna be tough leaving them, but I'm excited for the next chapter and super grateful to have met all of them and gotten the chance to play with them for so long. And I'm excited to finish the season out and make some more memories and hopefully go out on top. Yeah, I mean, C-Series is, pretty the biggest thing you look forward to every year, especially growing up, always coming out here to watch and just seeing the support that we get from the community. It feels like the whole town is out here watching, and being able to experience it the last 2 years has been really, really fun. Sophomore year, I only got to throw 1 inning, but it was a lot of fun, and then last year I got to start, and I'm excited to go out and pitch tomorrow, and it's just a really big series for both teams. It'll be good for us to face a team like St. Anthony, who is just solid 1 through 9. So I'm really looking forward to it, and the atmosphere is unlike anything we'll have all year. I'd say winning a regional is the first goal. We were able to do it last year, which was really good. That was awesome. I'd say winning another one this year would be pretty awesome for Coach McNeely to get 2 regional championships in his first 3 years, and then we'd love to go on and play better in the sectional than we did last year. So if we could win a sectional and maybe even move on to state, that would be great, but it all starts with winning a regional.
You've gained some pretty big publicity with the Major League Draft stock. What does that mean to you overall?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, to see the hard work pay off. Obviously, it's not really something I think about too much, especially in season. Right now, I'm just focused on going out and pitching well in the City Series and then going on the playoffs and making a playoff run and enjoying the last couple weeks with these guys. And then this summer, whatever happens, happens. Whether it's that or going to Mizzou, really kind of a win-win situation. So I'm not too concerned about it. All I can do is control what I can control and get as good as I can get and see what happens.
What would you tell the young Josh to current?
I'd say just enjoy every second, Don't take anything for granted and just understand that time goes way too fast, and especially the last 4 years have been, best 4 years of my life, but it feels like snap my fingers and I'm already graduating. So just enjoy every bit and just keep working hard and see what happens.
What type of an impact has baseball had on you?
Yeah, it's had a huge impact on me. One of the main reasons is it's allowed me to meet a ton of different people and play with a bunch of guys and play against a bunch of really cool people. And it's also kind of given me a way to, be a good role model for younger kids, not just me, but everybody else on the team. I know how much younger kids look up to, varsity baseball players, and, I was one of those kids once. So for us to all grow up now and kind of fill their shoes and be somebody for kids to look up to, it's been really cool. I've faced a lot of power hitters, especially like with Muhammad. And, you got to kind of be careful with those guys, but St. Anthony's just as dangerous. They've got, like I said earlier, their entire lineup is good. So definitely have to be pretty strategic about how we throw. And I know I've been talking to Miles about that a lot, but it's really cool. Like I said earlier, just the talent that's in Effingham. And I feel like that's shown this year with both teams. We've both got pretty good teams this year, so I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, it all starts with finishing the senior year out strong, making a big playoff run. That's the biggest goal right now. And then next goal is to have a really good college career, hopefully pitch there for a few years and have good success and have good team success. And then if I'm able to play professionally, kind of just see what happens and get as good as I can be. And it's pretty hard to predict the future, but it'd be great to play professionally if possible and just see what happens. I've had a bunch of really great coaches that helped me along the way. And also, like I said earlier, just been able to play with a bunch of really good teammates, and having teammates like that make you not only a better player but a better person as well. And then everybody in the community that has supported us the last couple of years has been really great. So I've got a ton of people to thank, but it starts with not only my family but the players, coaches, and all the community members.
We wish you the best of luck for this entire community.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the support you've given me over the years and everybody that's helped me along the way. I'm excited to see what the future holds.
If you haven't already, go to my YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Also, on all the videos I post, go like and comment on all that I post. Thank you so much for your great support. I appreciate all of you.